There she is. I'm so excited. You should get herself on in here. I am beyond.
Hold on, wait, let me figure out how to. Oh Lord, what did I just do? I'm
You
sending
got it.
gifts.
Hello,
Why I can't see
everybody.
my video?
I don't know. You now. You be on live
Oh
more than
wait,
me.
there we go. Okay, here we are. Hold on.
Y'all see this wild, unruly white hair? Look at that.
Why?
I am so excited. You know how long I've been wanting to have you on live.
Oh, that's so exciting!
Girl, I've been stalking you forever.
I love that. Oh my God.
I have, honey. I'm like, yes. Hello, everybody. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I'm like, yes.
That's so awesome.
Yes. Welcome. I'm like my sage right now, clearing the air.
Right. I live me instant too.
I got the incense burning upstairs right now, but yes. Hello, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Nice to finally meet you. For real.
I know, right?
I love this.
I feel like we know each other.
I know, right?
That's funny.
A lot of people don't realize like conscious conversations for me is like the first actual interaction that I have with most of my guests.
Yeah.
Because I want people to see how conscious conversations actually go in real life. Like when we meet complete strangers, that energy just goes. It just goes. And it's like, no, we haven't known each other, but we've known each other.
You're right.
I love it. Welcome everybody into the room, Conscious Conversations. Tonight I have my girl with love, Kendra, and we are. I'm telling you, the energy's already up. Okay.
Yes.
So we are going to be talking tonight about something that popped in my head. One day she was live and she was doing one of her readings, and it was like, yes, I always feel like she's talking straight to me. When she's talking to the collective, every time I jump in one of her lives, I'm like, girl, how you just all in my business. But she was talking about Unbecoming, of course, which is my signature framework, teaching people how to dismantle the old identities, the old versions of them, the old habits, mindsets, and behaviors so that they could become the greatest and best and authentic version of themselves, their true selves. And so it's people that are on their spiritual journey, people who are going through their spiritual awakening have struggles when it comes to the letting go process, the shed.
Oh my goodness.
And what happens in those moments of realizing you can't take everything with you, everything and everyone, all the way up to your hair, probably. You can't take it with you. You can't take it with you. So when it popped in my head, I say, yeah, we need to be talking about spiritual shedding, because we talk about release and letting go and, saying goodbye and all those things. And it's easier said than done, of course, because we're talking about everything.
Absolutely.
Can you say goodbye to your face, the way it looks? Because when you go through this transformation, you start looking different to yourself. And it's like, don't get attached to anything. Don't get attached to the people. Don't get attached to your possessions. Don't get attached to a mole that's on you. I don't know. It's all the things. So, but let's keep going. Please introduce yourself to the people who are uninitiated on my end.
Okay. Hey everybody. My name is With Love Kendra. I am a medium, a prophetess, a speaker. I feel like one of my specialties, I read tarot as well, but I feel like the way that I read tarot, the way that I use my spiritual gifts, is to help people. Like I basically talk shit to people to help them lift themselves up. Like, are you tripping right now? Like, can we get you going the direction that you're supposed to go? So that's kind of like my way of doing things, right? I'm also a licensed esthetician. I do Reiki, somatic healing. Um, and yeah, that's things that I do and parts of me that I show the world.
That you give back. Those are your gifts. That's a big
Absolutely.
deal.
Yeah.
When you get to discover, learn, and utilize those gifts, because if you could tell us what you had to unblock, unclog, shed, get rid of, dismantle in order to receive those gifts or to recognize those gifts, let's be clear, in order to give them back to us.
Wow. I don't want to be emotional, but today is the 17th anniversary of my mom's transitioning. And my mom was a huge influence to who Kendra is and who's Kendra becoming. Um, and to give it to y'all in a nutshell, like my mom taught me so many things about life and people and how to guard myself that I didn't start applying or adapting those things that she was teaching me until I got into my spiritual journey. Because, like, I think for the first maybe 25, 27 years of my life, I never really thought, I mean, I would say that I was conscious of things that I put out there, right? But I don't think I really put a lot of thought into how people treated me, how much it affected me. Mm-hmm. And honestly, to tell you the truth, once I started my spiritual journey in 2020 and got into reading tarot, I always knew I was intuitive. I would always be like saying that's going to happen, this going to happen when I was a kid. Mm-hmm. So I always knew that I was intuitive that way. But it really wasn't until like the past year, maybe year and a half, where I can say that I really started understanding as I'm shedding things and that a lot of things that have happened have caused a like friction to who I am and who I'm becoming. And it's not so much about the trauma that we experience, it's our response to it. And then how we continue allowing that to affect us, because then we start wearing the trauma, we start wearing the experiences, and then it's harder for us to be like, to like not label ourselves as what we've experienced so that we can truly like let go or shed. You know what I mean? It's like once we start being like, okay, I don't like that. That's not cool. That doesn't feel good to me. It's a whole lot easier to move forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
We just have to not be afraid of saying, I don't like that. Don't treat me like that. I don't treat you like that. I don't show up for you like that. So why would I tolerate that for myself? And it's like, once we flip that switch on, it's a whole lot easier to let go. And it took me forever to also understand, like in this past year, what does let go of be like? What does let go truly mean? Because you'll hear a reader say it. You'll either read or you're reading, depending upon whatever social media platform you're on, right? So you can read it on Facebook, on Instagram, on Threads, whatever. You can read it, right? And it's like, okay, let go, but what am I letting go of? And it doesn't always come, the answer don't come to you right away. Mm-hmm. That's why the cycles of the full moon make so much sense. It's the clarity, it's the aha moment, it's the after the fact, like, damn, I was really going through that for what? Like, why was I putting myself through all of that? Right? Because you don't know what you're letting go of until you go through the shit and you be like, oh, I don't like that. No. Like, that don't feel good.
Like, I don't want to do that no more. That's you're so right. And one of the things that I love about, individuals such as yourself and what you do, you tap in and you guide and show people, like, oh, it's a full moon, this is what we need to do. This is why we need to do it here, because we need to be more in alignment with nature itself. And that moon cycle, that has been since the beginning of existence itself. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. It's like, or this, let's just say this planet, that moon, whatever. Anyways, but it's, go layers deep.
The thing about I'm the same way. I'll be like, you know what I mean.
You know what I mean. But it affects our bodies. You know what I'm saying? It's like if it has power over the oceans and how, the tides rise and lower, and if it has everything to do with animals and so on and so forth, and the trees and seasons and all that stuff, I say this all the time, we're the only ones that defy nature. We're the only ones that go against the flow. We don't go with it. Because we start thinking, oh, let me change this up. You're changing something that's not meant to be changed. You're meant to go with it. And as it evolves, you evolve with it and remain in alignment with it. Because guess what? You got to shed just like that tree got to shed, just like that animal over there got to shed, just like that bird over there got to shed, that fish in the water got to shed scales. Everybody has to shed. We shed physically, we shed emotionally, and we shed spiritually. And until you realize this is purposeful, because animals just have it to survive. We are surviving and have the ability to thrive and have the ability to elevate and become more on a spiritual level. But it's like, okay, if you're carrying all this, this is for a reason right now. But at some point you have to let those things go strategically, intentionally. Like you said, nobody tells you how to do it. Nobody can tell you how to do it. We can make suggestions. We can offer, what we did in that scenario, maybe to help inspire you. But that all comes from inside of you. I can't tell you how to shed anything that you've been through because you're the one that went through it. Now I can give you baby steps, say, hey, okay, well, maybe case in point, I got a friend. She's in training to be a flight attendant right now, right? And she just texted me in Dallas. She's like, oh my God, I'm just overwhelmed about this test. And I'm just going crazy. Like, oh my God, I said, honey, you have it. I said, when's the test? Tomorrow. Okay, cool. Why don't you, she said she was on her way back to her hotel room to basically for the evening. I said, don't open that iPad. Go to the gym. Go work out. Clear your mind. Just be in a different space and allow that information to just settle in. You know it, but now it's time for you to let it settle in and just be. Let go of that pressure. Stop thinking about what could happen. And let's just change the channel real quick. Focus over here. Give your body what it needs. Give your mind what it needs. What's your mind need? It needs a little rest. It needs not to be stressed anymore, because that pressure, as you know, builds up. And if you just give it a look, you pass the test.
Yeah.
You pass the test. And that's with everything and anything that we experience and go through. When we're given too much pressure, when we're carrying too much, when we got too much going on, our bodies are going to go into overload. Your mind is going to go into overload. Your energy is going to go into overload, and that's going to create crash and burn. And we do.
And anxiety.
And that anxiety. And that anxiety. Yes, yes. So I have questions over here. When my biggest thing is about spiritual awakening, spiritual growth, healing, unbecoming first. That's the healing, that's the awareness, that's the healing, that's all the things, so that you can align and embody who it is that you're really supposed to be, as we say, bringing that 5D into this 3D. Let's really bring it up that true self. What do you think is the biggest lie that people are told right now about spiritual awakening and growth? What's a lie?
Oh my God. Oh, there's a few of them, but let's start with tarot readings. Just simple. Let's start with, tarot readings. I feel like if you feel guided, I'm going to say this. Let's keep it simple, because this could open up a Pandora's box and it could just go in so many directions. I'm going to say tarot readings and your sun sign. Okay, your sun sign makes up about 10%
Mm-hmm.
of who you are, right? So, watching tarot readings, just specifically that are tailored to your sun sign, cannot always give you the biggest or brightest picture. Um, there is so much more
Mm-hmm.
to who you are, and understanding your astrology and your human design
That too.
will really, really open up
Yes.
Pandora's door to the 5D, the 6D, the 7D. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
that's good.
So yeah, and you know what? I'm gonna say this, and I also feel like tarot is one of the lowest forms of divination. It is very easy. It's very simple.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's just allowing, trusting the what you're feeling when you're reading the card,
Mm-hmm.
and in being able to feel comfortable reading it intuitively.
Yeah. That's good.
Another thing that I feel like is really big. Is it like you said taboo, or what was it?
Or I said a lie about spiritual awakening, spiritual growth, and spirituality as a whole. Because my biggest thing is that it's becoming
Yeah.
trendy, and it like you said, tarot that's been around for thousands. I would say thousands of years, right? It's been around
Yeah.
thousands of years. And unfortunately, people, they want to say, "Oh, that's witchcraft." Well, no, that's a conditioning that someone told you that it is because of an alternate agenda. We're not even going to get into that. But
Yeah.
when you understand that it's an energetic thing, and like you said, when you pull the card, what does that card feel like in that moment? No, it's not. Oh, this is evil. No, it's not. It's asking you, okay, this card symbolizes this. How does it resonate right now with you?
Mhm.
What are you going through? What's the energy that's happening right now? When people, I think a lot of it is people just don't understand. They don't want to understand.
Mhm.
And so they automatically shut down on certain things. But
Right.
now it's become more trendy, and people say, "Oh, I'm on my healing." I saw a guy the other day. He was saying people are so big on this healing thing. I think you know where I'm going. But what about your actions? Are your actions reflecting the healing in life? Because there's people that are still on that hamster wheel and say, "Oh, I'm healing," but you're still doing the same things.
Yeah.
Healing is a whole nother stratosphere. As you're doing it, as you're letting go, you're shedding, you're removing, you're finding that peace, and peace is quiet. It's not loud. Oh, I'm doing this. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Just relax in it, because if you know, like I know, and we know, when you're going through your healing journey, your hair is standing to the four winds. Your eyes are swollen because you've been crying. You know, gain weight, lost weight, gain weight, lost weight. Everything is chaos until you get to that next sweet spot, that layer, and you're like, okay, but this is only for a minute.
No,
This is only for a
seriously.
minute. Because it to me, it's like the lie is, oh, it's all beautiful, and no, that's only a smidget. Every blue moon you'll get that, because the work is in the crazy, it's in the chaos. That's the shedding, that's the dismantling. And depending on what you've been through, what you've experienced, what your generational patterns, I don't like to say curses, I say generational patterns have been, what your karma cleansing is, whatever it is that your life contract, your path, your destiny, whatever you want to call it, whatever that is, that's going to determine how long you are and what you're supposed to do in that space.
Yeah.
And people think, oh, it's cute. No, it's a serious business. It's a
Absolutely.
serious
I feel
business.
like another. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, 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 no. Go ahead.
Okay. I feel like another thing that people also misconstrue about being on their spiritual journey is how conscious they are. Because people love to say, "Oh, I'm spiritual too," and it's like I'm conscious of what's going on. You know what I mean? I feel like those are totally they're one and the same, but they're also very separate.
Yes.
And so I find it funny when people like my friends who have seen me, they're like associates. We gonna keep it stacked. Um, they'll see me online and they'll be like, you know, I wanted to say something to you, but I know you be on your spiritual journey. I didn't know if you wanted to hang out with me anymore. I'm spiritual too. And it's like, you're spiritual, but are you conscious of the decisions that you're making? Do you feel what I'm saying? Those are totally two different things. I feel like people use the word spiritual to say that is a way for them to label what their belief is in God, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's so much more to it. There's so many layers to spirituality in itself. And when they say they're spiritual, they like to, kind of not necessarily coincide, but they like to make it seem as if they're being spiritual, spirituality and consciousness are one and the same, and they're totally different.
Yeah, they're different. You made a great point. Hello to everyone that's saying hi in the chat. I'm sorry. I'm I'm trying to keep this flow going. If you guys have any questions or anything at any time, you know the drill. Feel free to put it in the chat. And we're gonna hit a spot if you want to come up. If you have a question, if you want to have a share, you're more than welcome to do so as well. To your point, you're absolutely right, and I never actually thought about that. And that's great that you're saying that. There's a difference between spirituality or being spiritual and consciousness, because you can be conscious and not spiritual, and you can be spiritual, but it's kind of like, can you really be spiritual and not be conscious? That's like a let's
It's kind of like a choice. Like, what are you choosing exactly?
yeah, it's kind of like, okay, spirituality it could be the practicing. It could also be, like you said, but can you really be spiritual, diving into self, working and nurturing the relationship with you and the divine without being conscious of what it is you're doing? That's where it's kind of like,
Right.
yeah,
Absolutely.
that one we may revisit that one a couple times.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you can be conscious, absolutely. You could be self-aware, you can be mindful, you can be intentional, you can be in full awareness of who you are and what you're doing in life and the steps that you take, the energy that you put out into the world, how you speak, how you act, how you sleep, all the things. But that doesn't necessarily mean you practice spiritually or dive into, I think I talked about this a while back. That doesn't mean that you're on that spiritual journey of knowing who you are, the God self, the higher self. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't necessarily mean that. You're just here in the 3D and you have that awareness. But I think once conscious people do say, "Oh, there's more." Yes, there is more. There's always more. I think
Yeah.
that and I really feel like, same thing like I posted yesterday. Everybody's not going to do it. There's some people who aren't meant to do it. There's some people who just don't want to do it. And some people that just don't know they can do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I never thought about that. That's dope. I like that. So when it comes to you brought up the fact that your mom taught you a lot of things growing up. Were you like aware that she was doing it at the time, or was that just normal for you?
It was normal and kind of aware because she would teach, when she would tell me that she was teaching me something, she would be like, "I'm teaching you because one day I'm not going to be here." Like, that was her.
Mhm.
No kid should hear that as much as I heard that. I heard it a lot. I heard it a lot. Like, dang, lady, why you keep saying that? Like, but
Do you
I
think
mean,
that
she
she
passed away
knew,
when I was
or
21. I'm sorry.
do you think that she knew?
No, honestly, I have no idea. Um, she passed away when I was 21, but up like as a kid, anything that she taught me about people, life, my disposition towards certain things, because one of her things was that with me is that I'm extremely sensitive. I am, which makes me extremely sensitive to energy, right? Like I say it don't take much
Mm.
for me to catch a vibe of anything. Like, hold on, something ain't right. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a gift in itself, because I'm so sensitive. I am sensitive to energy. I'm sensitive to a look. I'm sensitive to just how you holding your face, how your body, everything. You know what I'm saying? But my mom's thing was, because as a kid, um, it's not that I didn't have family that wasn't aware of how sensitive I could be. I think just when it came to like friends, and how my feelings would be hurt, she would just be like, "You have got to stop
Right.
reacting that way, because like friends come and go, people come and go, experiences happen. You have to learn how to keep moving when you're feeling like that's bothering you. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that she taught me, two things actually, and I was just telling one of my lash clients this last Friday, is that we were talking about learning. And I told her the story about how when I was in elementary school, I would come home with homework and my mom would be helping me with it. But I would always tell my mom, but my teacher said. And so
Mm-hmm.
my mom's thing was, but I know another way and I can show you that way. But I was so hellbound on doing it the way that I learned in class. She would be like, but let me show you another way. And so her whole lesson in that was, no, she was a Libra. Say, is she a water sign? I'm a water sign. I'm a Scorpio, but my mom was a Libra. Um, and so her whole thing was that just because you learn something one particular way, it doesn't mean that you can't learn it another way. You feel what I'm saying? And apply it like that. Um, Another thing, dang, it was one other thing I was going to tell you that I learned from her. It was being able to learn things another way, learning to not be so sensitive. Oh, and not to be distracted. Oh, you know a fellow Scorpio when you see one, right on. uh, um, it's not to be so distracted by others. In elementary school, I would be so upset, and I would come home and I would tell my mom, like, there was somebody in the class who would just make all of this noise when the teacher was doing, the lesson or whatever. And
Yeah.
it would piss me off. And I would tell my mom about it. She was like, why do you let that bother you? And I'm like, why they just can't shut up? You know what I'm saying? And so her thing would be like, just tune it out.
Mm-hmm.
Tune it out. And I would just be like, it just drives me crazy.
Yeah.
But even as an adult, even now to this day, I am like, I get when I'm
I'm
like,
the same
why are
way.
you doing that?
I'm the same way. It's like, why are you not doing what we're supposed to be doing in this moment? I was just telling my son and his godfather, when I'm flying, people love to not follow the rules when I'm giving them the rules as though I don't work here. It's like, okay, first of all, we are 35,000 feet in the air. You're gonna do what I said, okay? Let's be clear. But it just unnerves me when after I say it, it's just like you're gonna do what you want to do anyway. So I have to not be irritated
Mhm.
because you're choosing to not do what you're supposed to do. And
Yeah.
I'm with you 1,000% on that because I still find challenge with tuning out, and you have to remember, just let it go, ignore it, don't pay it no mind, because we get distracted from what it is that we should be giving our attention to. That's real. That is like so real. That's a valuable lesson
Yeah.
that she gave you. That's a gem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And being
dope.
able to learn things a different way, because
Mhm.
when we're on our journey, we come across a cycle. Well, sometimes we'll enter, just depending on what's going on astrologically, maybe like, let's say retrograde, for instance, right? Mercury retrograde comes back around. Everybody is super sensitive to something that happened in the past. It's trying to nag at you. Hey, right? And it's like, okay, I've seen this before. Sometimes it's not the people or the person, but it's the energy that you can feel trying to come in and enter your energetic field. And you're like, but you're a human. So it's like, I don't like that feeling. And you got to learn how to, okay, I've dealt with this before. Now, how do I apply what I know to this specific thing that I've dealt with before? But it's like, I can do it in another way, because as Mercury retrograde is here, even though you've had this particular situation before, because it's a new cycle, sorry, I just got a notification and my spiritual team is being funny. They sent me a notification that says so iconic. It threw me off. Sorry. But it's like, because it's a new retrograde, now you get to learn it a different type of way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like the same lesson, but now you get to apply it or learn from it in a new way.
Yeah. Yeah. That's to me, I was explaining to someone the other day what, my understanding of Mercury retrograde is like when you're painting a mural. When you're up close and you're painting a mural and you have to be up close on it and paint each area. Mercury retrograde is like, okay, I've done this now for 3 months and now I get to step back and look at the whole picture. Okay, what's really going on? What needs to be changed? What do I need to do differently? Do I need to go back over something? You know what I'm saying? It's an opportunity to really look at what it is that you've done in this cycle of time, this quarter, because it's every quarter. So what have you done in this quarter? Let's check. Let's evaluate. Let's not start anything new. Let's not commit to anything that we're let's not commit to anything new because we haven't finished the commitments that we've already.
I start new stuff on purpose. What? I love disrupting. Oh, I'm a chaos agent for the universe. I love to shit.
Really?
What?
How does that work out for you? She's like,
well, actually, you know what it does is because I'm so used to, and this is what I'm learning in this particular season right now, is how to not be trying to like spin all the plates at one time. But I love to spin multiple plates at one time. So I don't mind starting something new in the process because I'm a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio stellium. Aquarius moon, Scorpio stellium. I saw those eyebrows.
Today was the day, honey.
Hey, happy Aquarius season, turn up.
Birthday already started. I went to lunch with my family and I'm sipping cocktails and stuff. I'm like, this the whole season, honey. Let's go.
J.R. Rich says chaos rules. Exactly.
That's
but I know that I'm a chaos agent. I mean, a chaos witch. I love to get some shit going. Like, what? I don't let the universe just always start some mess. I'm gonna start it too.
You know what? I have my chart and I know my human design. Like I'm totally abreast of all of that. And I love the fact that I know my human design because now I make sense to me. I'm like, okay, the natal chart, yeah, it makes sense. I get it. But that human design, now I know who I am. Now I know why, what I'm supposed to be doing and all of that. And it's just, it helps so much. It takes a lot of pressure off of hello. We talked about, yes. and that Pluto and Aquarius right now. It's our time. Okay. Every Aquarius that I know right now is on fire. Okay. Whatever. I don't know what it is, but it's just like I go in all the little group chats because we got Aquarius group chats all over the place. And everybody's like, it just feels right. It feels different. I said it's about damn time because we've been underground for too long. But it feels good. But
Scorpio too. Scorpio, we've been going through it for 14 years.
I think all the fixed signs
14 years.
I think the fixed signs have. I think because Leo's supposed to be doing something great, and what is it? Is it
Taurus?
Taurus, yes. Duh, because I'm a Taurus rising, double stubborn.
What's your Mars?
I gotta get. Oh my God, what is my Mars? It's on the top. It's in my phone. Oh my
Aries?
God. I think so. I think it is. How you know? Hold
I
on.
don't know intuitively.
I think it is. I think it is Aries. Watch, just watch y'all. I'm gonna come back and say she was right.
Okay.
She was right. Yeah, them Leos do think they running things.
Yeah.
But can you answer me this real quick? I ask everybody who does readings. All of my signs, all of my houses, one side, nothing on the other side.
What do you mean?
There's
like
nothing.
on this side.
Everything's on one side. You know how people have it and it's all over the place? Everything's on one side.
No.
I'm like that. Yeah, that's weirdo stuff. That's
you
weird.
know what? Yeah, most of the time when people have things like that, they have a very interesting quirk about them. There's something about them. But you know what? It's so on brand for Aquarius. I wouldn't expect anything less. You know what I'm saying?
We different. We some special. I sit back and I look at all my Aquarius friends and even my grandmother. I've watched her my whole life. And I just be like, yeah. We're all different in our own way, which is amazing. Like I've never met an Aquarius. I've never seen multiple Aquarius that are exactly the same. Like
right.
I was in New Orleans a couple weeks ago. And if she's in here, Roxy, we was together, but Roxy had so much energy, and I was like, I need to go back to my room now. Like by the time we were done with breakfast, I was ready to part ways. Like,
really?
but I love her to life. Like she's amazing, and I just realized, like, okay, yes, we have a lot of similarities, but then there's still the differences. And I'm like, I still have not met anyone just like me, which is fine. And that made me think. I'm like, I don't really think any of us are exactly the same.
I'll agree with that. I know a brother and sister who are Aquariuses. One is end of January, one is like mid-January, kind of like cusp of Pisces. They're extremely funny, great dancers, talented, you know what I mean? Great entertainers, but their personalities are very different, right? My sister on my dad's side, she's an Aquarius. I thought she was Pisces, but she's an Aquarius. February 17th. For some reason, I thought that was Pisces, but
I'm the 18th. I'm on the cusp.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. One of the siblings I was just telling you about, her birthday is February 18th. Mm-hmm. I love her to life.
You love me too. We love each other.
She is the best. I don't care if she's in a bad mood, a good mood. She's the best. Like, you know how you just never had a bad experience with somebody? Mm-hmm. That's her. Yeah, like, even if she's in a good mood, she's not like unpleasant, you know?
But let me tell you what it is. Can I tell you why that is?
Yeah.
It's you.
Okay.
We're always going to reflect back whoever we're engaged with, because there's some people that gonna tell you that I'm the most horrible person in the world. And then there's some people that say, I love her. Like, oh my gosh. I have both of those experiences with people. And it's like, I have to tune out the noise, stop being distracted. I could care less who can't stand me, because I'm seeing evidence that it just depends on who you are and how you experience me. Because guess what? I'm going to be the same with everybody. Yeah. I'm going to be exactly who I am. I'm going to be the same with every single person. And whoever you are is going to reflect back as to what you're experiencing. Now, that don't mean we're not going to get into it, at some point, because of something that you say but I'm not going to do anything different than treat you like I treat everybody else. What comes of it, comes of it. Not my problem.
Right. That's true. I like that. I like that.
Yes, yes. Okay, let's get back into this shedding. Let's get back into this shedding. Ooh, let's talk about this is in a form of a question. How did your ego fight to stay relevant during your shedding? Like how, or let's just say, how does our ego fight that internal battle and in sometimes external battles to stay relevant while we're unbecoming?
You know what? This may be taboo, but I always tell people I love dark feminine energy. I tell people evil twin.
Press pause real quick. Earlier, I said something out loud because I think of things, until I have them in my inventory just in case I got to use it, And I let out the most evil laugh when I did it. And I couldn't stop. And I said, okay, whatever this is, it's got to get out. When I tell you, I haven't laughed like that and become aware of that laugh. I said, that is some really evil shit you just did. Like, and you thought, like, but how I was laughing, it sounded like a villain from Disney.
Man, listen, you know what? When I first started my spiritual journey, I was all up. Because, in the beginning, you're crying. Oh, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, when I was 5. Oh, my God. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're just so whiny. Everything hurts. You remember how bad the girl on the bus treated you like when you were 11. You know what I mean?
You go through all of it.
And it's like, so you do this kind of, it's like, your heart chakra's opening. It's an awakening, but the awakening doesn't happen here first. It happens here first. Mm-hmm. Right? And so I'm going to write that down.
And you should. Like, don't lose it.
but because of that, it's like we start taking ourselves down a notch because we're starting to be understanding to, why this situation happened and your interaction between that person and why they behave that way. And don't let you be on your, like, during your spiritual awakening with tarot, because in tarot somebody else is going to be all up in your energy reading, and you're going to be understanding of them and understanding why your interaction with them was that way, right? And what happens actually is it starts programming you to start seeing yourself like this, unfortunately, because your heart is so open and you're trying to be so understanding of your interact or why that person thinks that way. So that's the reason why you responded the way so the way that they responded to you is because how they think or how they were raised. And the way that you responded to them is because the way you think and how you're raised. And there's all of this just openness, right? And unfortunately, the ego doesn't get built up enough to where you are more protective and defensive of self. That happens later on after a few spiritual awakenings, right? So after you had about 25 to 45 spiritual awakenings.
Because they like become a little... It's almost like, I'm taking that class, and it's just like, but I gotta take this big class over here, right here. Let me go on this seminar over here for extra credit.
Spirit will put you on a side quest and everything.
In the corner going like this, like, this is some bullshit. You know that, right? This is some bullshit.
But after all of those mini awakenings, you start hardening a little bit. You open back up, you get a little soft spot, you harden up a little bit more, your heart opens up, you get a little soft spot, you harden up, a download come through, you keep going, your heart open up, you know what I mean? It's just that repetition cycle again and again and again until you find you either come across something that starts telling you about dark feminine energy, right? Either see somebody talk about it, a reader talks about it, you come across a YouTube video or something that starts talking about intuition and things like that, you start understanding dark feminine energy.
Yes.
And when you understand dark feminine energy, you realize that you were tolerating a lot of bullshit by trying to understand this psycho to begin with. Why am I trying to understand such and such when they know their family is so jacked up? And this be the killer part, is the person that we be trying to the person that we have that interaction with that made us go into reflection mode. And when we try to understand that person, we already know that they know that they mama messed up. They maybe their dad was there or wasn't, or maybe they were raised by their granny. They know that they messed up, but they don't want to do the inner work. And here we are trying to compare ourselves to the person who don't want to do the inner work.
We all go through that moment, and you're just like, why am I trying to? And you not even okay, cool.
And then you sitting here because people on the internet and these spiritual circuits will sit up here and tell you, oh, don't be in your ego. No, you need to protect your motherfucking ego with anything, because your ego gonna get you out of situations where you being soft.
Yes, you got to nurture that part of you too. The ego ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we say ego deaths, but I like to say, yes, it is a death of the ego, but it's also a rebirth of it at the same time. So as your ego is rebirthing, oh, we're going to write that one down. That's good. As your ego is rebirthing itself. Come on, chat, get it together. It's you now have a healthier version of the ego. And like you said, you start looking at things totally different. Like, wait a minute, I'm doing all this work. I'm getting better. Now I can really see how screwed up you are. I can see how toxic this environment is. I can see how fake and fraudulent that is over here. The rebirthing gives you a whole new set of everything. Intuition, eyes, understanding, understanding. You hear differently. You hear things totally different because why? You're no longer hearing from wounded ears. You're not coming from a wounded space anymore. It gives you more sense and sensibility, and your logic goes through the roof. You're like, okay, well, that just don't make no sense for me to do that anymore. Or it don't make no sense for me to go over there anymore. That didn't benefit me when I was over there the first time. Why would I think you gonna change? I'm changing. No, you stay there. I'm changing. Okay? I'm gonna go on and keep doing my thing. You keep doing your thing that way. And if you decide to come over here, baby, I'm just here to inspire you. Maybe you'll catch on and want to jump on the bandwagon. But until then, That's what dark feminine energy provides in that space while you're healing. It gives you the backbone that you've been needing. Okay? It tells you, what do people say? But people always want to shun that dark feminine energy within us and saying, no, now you're aggressive. But no, I'm assertive. I'm standing my ground. I'm protecting myself. I'm making sure you understand how clear I am on my decision, on what I'm saying, on what I'm choosing, the whole nine. People want to say, oh, she's no, I'm bold. Because that's that I have something to carry me through this moment. You know what I'm saying? I believe in myself. I'm secure with myself. I understand myself. I know who I am. I'm not out here playing a game with you. I'm being me. And if being me is a problem, that's your problem, not mine. Okay. And that's what that dark, exactly, bold and brave. That dark feminine energy, when you are introduced to that version of you, baby, rejection. I wish you would. Okay. What's your point? Okay. Abandonment, baby, I got me. You think you being here? Me? Nope. Bye. All the things you can't.
Say,
And you
don't threaten me with a good
don't
time.
threaten me with a good time, baby, because she gonna be over here minding her business in her space, and also. When you get to that point, you realize nobody can shame you for anything that you've been through. You can't shame, like that song, you can't shame what I've already healed. I'm telling you about it. You don't have to throw it back at me. I'm telling you what I went through. But you can't say, oh, well, you did it. I sure did. It
Yep.
sure did happen. Yep, I went through it. But I'm also telling you I survived through it. That's how you got me here, this version. And that takes a lot of shedding. That takes a lot of letting go. And you can't get to that dark feminine version of you because she's hiding up under there. She's hiding up under there.
It
She
took
waiting for you.
years.
She's hiding in the darkness.
Years.
You got to go get her. She's hiding in the dark. That dark space, that's her comfort. And you got to come in there with your light and say, all right, time to go to work. Time to go to work. She's your protector. I have a picture of the embodiment of me in that dark feminine energy.
I love that.
I have that. And my mother looked at it and she said, that's them, huh? I said, yeah, it's crazy because it wasn't intentional. You see yourself differently. You look at yourself differently. And people say, when a woman puts on a pair of heels, she feels different. That's her. That's her. That feeling. It's a feeling that you have. When you do your hair and you put on your makeup and you look at yourself and be like, girl, yeah, it's you. That's her.
Mhm.
That's that version of you that's been hiding in there. She doesn't have to come out all the time. She doesn't have to present herself all the time. But that feeling, when in those moments, when you feel your baddest, when you feel your most powerful, when you feel your most beautiful, when you feel your most authentic, and like she said, your bravest and your boldest, that's her. That's her.
Yeah.
And when you embody her, when you create that balance, you are creating more of the most authentic version of you, because she is you. Woo! Baby, when we got introduced, I was like, hey, boo, okay. It also for me, being introduced to that dark feminine energy was a permission slip to be. It was a permission slip to be all those things, to be bold, to be, assertive, to be vocal, to speak your truth. It's somewhere in here as well that opens up. It's like, yeah, I'm speaking my truth, and my truth should not hurt you. If I'm telling you that what happened hurt me, and that is my truth, it's for me to become better. It's healing me to say this. It's healing for me to confront this finally. It's heal. What you laughing at? What you laughing at?
Because if it does hurt you, I could care less. Because let me say this. Let me tell you this. The reason why is because I never is it ever my intention. I don't ever wake up and be like, I'm gonna start some shit today. I never lived my life like that, actually, before pre-spiritual awakening or now in this moment. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never just been like, yeah, I'm gonna ruin somebody's day today. But if a person try me, I have no problem ruining your day. I hope it hurts your feelings. I hope you feel ashamed. I want you to go, oh.
In the corner, stuff me up there, I'm going like that. But that's her too. That's that part that has to come out. Like, no, I'm not intending to go out here and do anything but spread good energy, positivity, love, and the whole nine, right? But if I gotta go in my back pocket, it's already ready for you, boo.
Okay.
It's not even a thing for me to be like, okay, I got my back. I'm gonna protect myself. I'm prepared when and if it hits the fan. So try it. Try it. Go ahead. I kind of sort of sometimes want you to.
Okay. Hey, ladies. Hi, Misha.
You said don't let Michelle come out. She named her. I gotta name mine. Like I have a name for. Yeah, I don't have a name for the shadowy side, the darker side of things.
You know what? I feel like my femi. Well, I'll say this before I say what I'm gonna say. Let me say what I want to say first. My dark feminine energy is so correlated to my mom. My mom she didn't give a fuck. And but she was also like the realest person ever. Like she give it to you straight. Like and give it to you not in a way to make you feel like you small, but to be like, what is you doing right now? Put yourself in a position to win because you tripping right now.
I like that.
You feel what I'm saying? That's how my mom was, right? So my dark feminine energy is to divert the person from that low vibrational space that they operating in, and me coming to them and checking them about where they are and how they're operating and how that's not getting us to the place that we need to get to. Okay? Or if they choose to go and meet somebody else and try the same shit again, tell them that shit may not work. Get your shit together, cause hey, how you moving ain't cool. You feel what I'm saying?
And it's not gonna work. And that's the thing. That dark feminine energy is not to harm or hinder. It's to help grow, to become greater. And that thing that is that version, that part of you represents, is what's necessary to move through this 3D world. We're living in a world of duality. You have good, or what you consider good, and you have what we consider not good or not so good, you know? So it's just a matter of life is contrast itself. You're gonna have moments and times and people and situations. That's that armor. That's that armor. That's not that wounded, weak, victim. Once you, I want to say, once you exit out of the victim phase, that's your girl right there.
That's your clarity moving forward. Like, no, I don't like that. I don't like the way that feels. That was off. Something about the way you said it, even if it feels funny and you don't want to come at that person crazy, you can just be like, hold on. Because the way that I'm experiencing that in this moment feels like, or the way that I heard it, or can you reword that? Like, that's your key to start like navigating. How does that make you feel? What is your understanding in that moment? That's your clarity. Like, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on, something is off. I feel something in this moment.
Yeah, and there's a way to present it in those moments. It's not matter to say, "Oh, you ain't gotta go off." No, there's a way you can say, this ain't working. This I don't like this. Or if you do have to be confrontational, you do it in a productive manner that's conducive to you and that person to get to the resolve, to get to the solution, to get down to what it is that needs to take place. We can get loud, we can get crazy, we can get all those things, but that's still a representation of the wounded version of you. Because that's the version of you that's saying, no, I gotta win. I'm gonna win this fight. I'm gonna show them up. I'm gonna do it. Why? That when you become more in alignment with yourself, more healed within yourself, you recognize that you're still disempowered. You have to win that. You have to be able to say, I won, because you don't know what it feels like to win yet. But when you get to that space within yourself where you have won all these internal battles.
Yeah.
Nobody can ever make you feel like you're not winning. Even when people are confrontational all day, every day, left and right, everywhere you go. And when you start looking at them like they come at you crazy, okay.
Right.
I'm gonna let you go and fight that one on y'all. All right. Well, I don't know. There's nothing I can say that's gonna change your mind in this moment. Now, if I start having a conversation and maybe some things make sense to you, great. But I'm not getting ready to do that back and forth. We're not going through all that, because that means now you're trying to siphon my energy. You're trying to take away my power. And standing in your power, when people say standing in your power, that's literally standing still within. That's being firm with yourself, saying, I'm not swaying, I'm not moving in any direction other than right here, because this person wants me to. And if they want me to, if they can actually make me do it, that means they got the power over me. We're not doing that.
And you know what? Not only that, but this is something that I was telling the ladies, because I have a ladies group, and we meet on Wednesdays and Sundays.
I do too.
And I was talking to them about being in authority, being and having and being able to step into the role of dominion over ourselves, right? And the dark feminine energy, or the dark feminine aspect, is very much the matriarch. It's very much the maternal, right? The matriarch is the and this is what I was telling them specifically, is that most of the time when we meet people, when we're interacting with people, when we get in relationship dynamics with people, we want to meet them with the matriarch rather than our masculine energy, right? Mm-hmm. The matriarch is the one who is all about devotion and loyalty, right? But the masculine energy is the one who will fill out, is this a good, how we vibing with each other? Is this conducive to the effort that I'm putting in? Are you putting that same shit, I'm saying, depositing the same energy in return, right? And what I was telling them specifically is that we have to learn how to swap that energy when we're dealing with people. If we stop moving with that matriarch, that maternal, that need to swaddle people and coddle them and love them, and just deal with them like case by case, face to face, right? Because the matriarch and the maternal energy, it's another word that I can see it in my head. I can't say it for some reason. But the matriarch is for devotion. When you get close, it's just like the mother energy, right? Mm-hmm. It's like you don't get feminine energy off the strength of you don't get loyalty just off the strength of you just being you. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can get kindness, right? Mm-hmm. You can get, okay, I can help you out or whatever like that. But you don't get that type of devotion that comes with the matriarch. Mm. And a lot of times when we're dealing with people, the reason why we get hurt, the reason why we get pushed back, the reason why we experience burnout is because we start operating in our feminine energy so quickly with people. We start being loyal. We start giving devotion. Like, no, loyalty and devotion is for people who show us they are loyal and devoted to us. Oh. We got to meet people with masculine energy. I can, and excuse my language, I can fuck with you like you fuck with me. And until then, that's all you get. You don't get no loyalty and no devotion from me.
The way you
your mama shit. That's where you get the loyalty from. You feel what I'm saying?
God, you just broke that down. That's real talk right there. Why should we? And don't get me wrong, we've all done it. But you do get to that point where that's also a way of them earning that version of you. Like, you should not get that soft. Men say, oh, women are so much in their masculine energy. We'll bring that masculine here and allow that feminine to come out, because I guarantee once I'm experiencing your masculinity, real masculinity, she's naturally gonna come on out and be in the room with us. She's naturally gonna do that. And that comes from being sure and knowing what real masculinity looks like, but you got to know it within yourself first. You can't know what you're looking for if you don't know what you're looking for. You've already found it within you, because there's a difference between being a man and being in their masculine energy. Masculinity and macho and all that stuff, they're separate things. They're separate things. So it's just like, yeah, you got all the muscle and you do all this, but do I feel safe in here
Yeah.
with you?
Right.
And when a woman doesn't feel safe in here, and she knows this by not only the energy, what she's hearing, what she's seeing, and what she's experiencing. And until she knows, okay, then you can come on out. Come on, get comfortable. He all right. I checked him out.
Right.
He's been vetted.
No, seriously, it's like taking a person. It's like you got to treat people like, you know what I'm saying, case by case. You know what I'm saying, until you get up to the point where it's like, okay, I would take them home, or I would let them meet mom and dad, or my brother, my sister, whomever. Right? It's like you got to treat people the same way.
Yeah.
And I think, because again, when we were talking about ego and the beginning of our spiritual journey, our heart be cracked open so wide, right? Our heart be cracked open so wide, just ready to just be like, oh, so understanding. Because what are we doing in that moment? We're also trying to understand ourselves, so we become so understanding of others, and the whole time they be pop 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 working us. And then we don't have the ego to be like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I can't just say because of their dad left them when they were 9, and their mom used to beat the shit out of them when they were 6. So I'm just gonna sit up here and deal with them.
Yeah, that don't mean they got to do what they do. And don't get me wrong, we've all done it.
Yes.
We've all done it. And I think right now in this moment, I could say that's one of the greatest lessons that I have ever learned for myself. That right there is saying everybody doesn't get that version of you. Everybody shouldn't get that version. You can't just fall in like, think about it like this. When were we ever in life this open to, or just fall right into things like that? Because even when we went to the first day of school, kindergarten, preschool, whatever, nursery school, you walked in like, let me check the room. Let me see who's who. Let me tiptoe my way through this. That's the little child version. And then you energetically clicked with whoever your best friend at that time was. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in some way does that. And you went off of the energy itself. Like, oh, I like them. You're a little bitty kid. You don't know
Yeah.
what you know, and also we don't have all that back stuff, so we don't know what they got going on at home. We don't know how many siblings, how what their favorite toy is yet. We don't know none of that. All we know is the energy is right, and that's something that I'm really adamant about telling people. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If it doesn't feel right, don't go in that direction. Listen to yourself. Listen within. Trust your intuition. Your intuition is not ever going to lie to you. It is the most honest and authentic thing that you possess in your being. Your mind gonna mess with you. It gonna trick you. It gonna tell you stuff. It's gonna give you pictures and subliminals and all kinds of stuff that are not there, that are not real. Your heart is going to manipulate because it remembers.
Yes.
It remembers. Your mind remembers and reflects and says, "Oh, remember this, remember that," and your heart's gonna go, "Yeah, but yeah, they hurt me then, and that hurt, and so on and so forth, and I don't want to feel that again."
Mm-hmm.
But your gut, this right in here, oh baby, she never gonna lie. She never gonna lie. And how many of you said something told me that?
Yeah.
Something said, something in me said, uh-huh. Listen to it. You got to listen to it because it's never gonna steer you wrong. And all the versions of you that needs to come out and be embodied and live this life as you, through you, they in there waiting on you, waiting on you to clear out the clutter.
Okay.
Lean in towards your inner spirit, then decide stay or walk. Who has time to be someone's therapist? But nobody, especially if you ain't getting paid. If you getting paid, by all means.
Noses.
By all means. Yeah, like let me see. I don't think I could use that. Like, did you grow up being judged because of what your abilities were? And like we talked about being sensitive. And what I've learned, over the years is that my sensitivity that and I actually did a post about this. I haven't posted it yet. My sensitivity as a child, you cry too much. You think about that too much, or you're taking that too seriously, and all those things. Those were things that were used against me.
Mm-hmm.
And now I understand they were a superpower. It was just untrained ability.
Oh yeah.
It was
Oh yeah.
untrained ability, but I had to get past not only realizing that you have this gift and ability as a sensitive,
Mm-hmm.
you have to get through the rejection as well as the judgment that came with it, because that right there will block you from actually nurturing that ability. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to shed that all the things that were said that were planted in your mind, like, oh, you do this too much, or you do this, and so on and so forth. You have to let that stuff go too. You have to start telling yourself something else. And it wasn't until I became an adult when I said, no, this is perfect. I have the ability, like you said, as soon as you come into a room, you feel the energy. You know what it is. You can look at
Yeah.
people. You can sense stuff. You can smell things. You can be like, oh, yeah, nah, we only gonna be here about 5 minutes. Okay.
If that.
Yeah. So like when you were growing up, like how was that for you? And realizing your gifts and abilities, especially like you said, mediumship, that's a whole nother chapter.
um it's a lot of being gaslit. A lot of me being the aggressive one. Oh, you know what it is? I hate answering questions interview style because I'm not an interview style
Oh,
type of
I'm not
person. I'm
doing
very like, let me give it to you cut and unraw and uncut. It was a lot of me defending myself. I've been defending myself since I was 4 or 5 years old. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm
Mhm.
aggressive with the way I defend myself, and I don't give a damn who it is. I would defend myself against a child. It was a
Everybody
whole
go
lot
get
of that because people be trying to play like I don't know. I know exactly. I know why you did what you did, even if you are not conscious of the reason why you chose that decision in this moment.
Come on now.
I know why. Your brain ain't even processed the reason why you operate the way that you operate, but I guarantee I know why you chose to do that. I know why you chose to respond like that, why your body did that, why you I know why. And a lot of people will be like, it's not that deep, it's not that serious. And they didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. Why are you reading into it? Why are you taking it like that? Because you went there first. And that's the thing, is that when people go to a certain level in my response, they don't like my response, but they initiated it. And that's the thing. I experienced that now to this day. I experienced it at today at work, matter of fact. And I walk, but see, the thing is that they don't know that I'm on to the fact that how they be moving.
Yeah.
It's very much, um, you're doing a great job. It's very much, it's like, it's kind and it's nice in my face, but I can tell, thank you, Spirit, but I can tell that it's bullshit. I can. And so today, instead of going to the spot early and being in the training that they were having for the new machine that they got, I decided not to go. I decided not to respond back to the text message for the offer. I went when I had my own damn client that I scheduled, and when I went up in there, I went up in there without the bubbly, hey everybody personality, because I know you motherfuckers ain't shit.
Who just
I'm here to
started?
get my bread. Now we can be kumbaya if you want to be kumbaya, but stop all that fake nice shit. Like for real. I don't
Right.
like when people shoot the shit with me. Like don't shoot the shit with me. Keep it a buck with me at all times. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like something I did, I may not stop doing it, but you can tell me what it was. Cause what's your deal? You feel what I'm saying? And that's exactly what's happening. It's like, and I've experienced that all the time with people. People be feeling some type of way about the way that I show up in the world, and for whatever it affects them internally for whatever reason, and then they treat me funny. And then when I be like, I can feel something, they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I
Yeah.
don't know.
They
Hey,
try to run away from it. Like, no, come here.
yeah. And then they become extra nice to try to cover up the bullshit of them. I can already sense it. It's in the air. You stank with your fake ass. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're 1,000% right. And but you know what? For my own entertainment, I just let them keep doing it. I sit back, do like this, and then that's what gets them. Oh, what's going on? Nothing. Not a thing. So my facial expressions are always gonna give it away. Like I'm sitting up here watching you do this, and I'm enjoying it actually internally. I'm just gonna see how far you're gonna take it. I want to see what you're gonna do. Because if I say anything, then you're gonna stop. And I'm bored here. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Because I mean, for me, I look at it like this. I've done enough of, like you said, the defending. I've done enough defending in my life. I'm tired of defending. And I'm tired, and it's been a long time since I've tried to get people to see things from where I see it. I have so much respect for perspective that I understand there's no need for me to share mine or try to get them to see it from mine. I see it from theirs. And I love this. When I say I see you, you don't see me. Okay? So I got the greater vantage point. Like you said, I know why you did that. Trust me. I may not know the exact
pen and some paper.
I may not know the details of the reason why you did it, but I know why you did it. So I don't even need to use my energy, waste my time. I can preserve my voice. Okay. And I don't have to go back and forth with you to let you know. I'm not getting ready to show you my cards. I want you to sit there and wiggle. Cause my thing is, and I love this. This is the dark and feminine energy part of me. I like making people uncomfortable when they think they're trying to make me uncomfortable. You're gonna be uncomfortable first. I'm not doing it because I'm not gonna choose to be uncomfortable. But I know that by me not giving you what you want, you're gonna be real uncomfortable because I'm getting what I want in this moment, which is stillness, which is inner peace, which is the calm, which is just me staying intact with me. That's what I want. You want something totally different, and I don't feel like giving it to you. I could, but then we both would be, our blood pressure may go up. I don't know. It may not be a good scene.
I am still learning how to not.
Well, you're a Scorpio. I don't think you can.
Yeah, no. Once I feel some type of way, the whole room gotta shift.
I mean, that's Scorpio sun. You say
everybody gotta be uncomfortable if I'm uncomfortable. Hell nah, G.
Wait.
If I'm uncomfortable, I'm making the whole place uncomfortable.
What's your rising?
Scorpio.
That's why. You come in there with that stinger and say, you get a sting, you get a sting, you get a sting.
If I'm uncomfortable, everybody gonna be uncomfortable. What Tanisha say on Bad Girls Club? I ain't gonna sleep because of y'all, so y'all ain't gonna sleep because of me. What?
So you say you're an Aquarius moon?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, it's all bad. It's all bad. And see, I'm me being that Taurus rising and that Aquarius sun, and a Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn moon. So me being able to sit and chill and not move until I'm ready to make a move, oh, it's severe. Like, no, you can't make me. You can't make me. You can't.
I want everybody to feel uncomfortable if I'm uncomfortable. And I know how to walk. I know when I step up in a spot, I shift energy. I purposely step up in a spot and make it uncomfortable.
Yeah, that's
if you make me uncomfortable, I'm returning the favor.
Yeah, I can see that. That's why it's like you said, Scorpio. Yeah, I never turn my back on a Scorpio. I walk out the room facing. I go backwards out the room. Like I ain't turning my back on you. No, I don't care how loving you are. Mm-mm. I'll be
And
like, yeah,
it's
what I
not,
want.
you know what? I'm not a
I'm
retaliating
just
type of
saying.
Scorpio.
I'm just saying based on what you said. If I'm in the room too, you gonna try to make me. I ain't even do that. I'm Aquarius. I'm over in the corner. Like I ain't even do nothing. So
I don't want to retaliate. I want if I gotta feel it, everybody gonna feel something.
but
Like
that
if it's gonna be weird for me and we all gonna be feeling my energy is gonna be big enough because we are projectors. Scorpios are projectors the way that we are.
Mhm.
So the whole room gonna feel it.
And I
Like,
think that's
yeah.
also a part of the Scorpio's purpose because y'all based on emotions, like you said. No, you done poked the bear. Now I'm rageful, okay, or angry enough to get to the point where I'm ready to speak on it or do something on it. But it's like you guys will hold on to whatever it is, and like you said, I'm gonna get mine. I'm gonna get mine. But also, I mean, yes, it is. If you're coming from a healthy space, kind of like Aquarius, if
It's
I'm
strategic.
at
It's
this point,
strategic because I'm an Aquarius moon.
mhm,
So it's strategic. It's not immediate attack. It's
no,
okay.
because at that point they've earned it. They've earned it. It's for a reason. So it's not just random. Like you said, it's strategic. It's not just random. It's just not like out the blue. It's not like impulse. It's literally something that you have done. You paid your dues and you have racked up enough points with me to the point where now I got to come for your whole life. Not sorry. I gave you fair warning. Like I will give you fair warning to not do that. And that comes from, like I said, when you're in a more healed space, you do it strategically. You do these things purposefully. You just don't. What's my moon? If my birthday is May 8th, you'd have to break down. How do you? Where do you send people to get their natal chart? You go natalchart.com.
No, astrology.com will give you one for free.
Yeah, you gotta go to the website and put in all your information, and then they'll give you your whole chart.
Yeah,
It's
because it depends on what time you were born, because that hour of the minutes is what calculates your moon. And so, yeah. But it depends on the hour that you were born. But if you go to astrology.com, they'll give you a free birth chart.
and also where you were born. So depending on the hemisphere,
Yep.
longitude, latitude, all those things, because it's the positioning of those stars, those planets, all of those things. Where were they positioned? What was the energy in that time?
Yeah.
What is it? Is it within like 30, 40 minutes, an hour or something like that?
Within an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really intriguing. So yeah, your natal chart, your human design. If y'all not up on human design, please. Woo! It tells you so much more about why you're here. It tells you more
Mhm.
about why you're here and why you do what you do. I'm gonna share a little bit of mine. I am an emotional manifester generator,
Oh.
and I am a 6-2, which is the hermit as a 2 and the role model as a 6.
Okay.
I get what when I'm home, when I'm by myself, or even when I'm on the road, I want solitude. I want just me. But that's where I do all of this work, this internal work. That's where I'm growing. That's where I'm healing. That's where I'm becoming. That's where everything takes place. And then as the role model, I'm supposed to come out and be an expression, be a demonstration, be an
Mhm.
inspiration of that in any capacity. You know, bring that everything that you just did in class, now bring that outside into the field. You know,
Yeah.
so that when I understood that, when I learned that, and as I'm continuously learning that, and then also I learned how my brain functions and what it is that I'm supposed to do, what I'm not supposed to do. And I was like, so it's okay that I do this, and this when everybody else was telling me, well, why you doing all that? That's not how that's
Yeah.
supposed to go. I'm like, no, this is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing because this is how I'm designed.
Yep.
Like it's incredible when you can learn exactly
I
who
felt that
you
in
are.
my belly and it made me like emotionally like, I can just, when you said that, like,
Yeah. It was that kind of relief. Like I'm not as I'm not crazy as people want you to think you are.
Right.
And I am unique in my own way, but somebody can explain to me more of who I am physically.
Yeah.
You know, and what part of my purpose is that I have not, you know, and it was validation that I was actually living within my purpose. It was validating. I was like, yes, okay, I am on the right track. I am in
I
the right
love that.
headspace. I am going on the right path and in the right direction. That was like, whew, because those are things that people always question. Am I doing
Yeah.
what I'm supposed to do? And so on and so forth and all that stuff. So it was a stress reliever for me. I'm like, I'm good. I'm great. I am great. Um, I think we covered everything pretty much, all the questions I had. What what about what's your favorite thing about your gifts and talents? Like what is your most favorite?
I like that I'm so multifaceted. There's nothing that I can't do. And the confidence that comes with that is because I credit it to my North Node in Aries, my Jupiter in Aries. You know, Aries, we confident in
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
But I'm good at everything. Like there's nothing that I've attempted to do that I didn't do well at. And it took a while for me to get to this space. It took a while for me to be confident in myself. And I really feel like it happened around like 35. I'm 38. I turned 30 in October. And so, like 35, 36, I started feeling more confident in myself. Like, oh, damn, I am good at a whole lot of shit. But it's because my family dynamic, like, it's like it's obsolete, right? Like I don't go to family things, and it's not because my family is messed up. Everybody is just very separated, right? Now there are some people who just don't want to deal with certain family, but it's not that. It's just there's no people are calling, checking on. You know what I mean? There's just this distance there, and because of that, it's like it. And me being the only child, me being my mother's only child, I just really like Kendra had to really fend for Kendra. So there wasn't anybody to when Kendra's in a bad headspace to be like, hey Kendra, you got this. Hey Kendra, you good. Hey Kendra, you okay. So over time, and when I would be around family, the few family members who I was around who really, messed me over, um, being separated from them, it's like I always had to build me up. So that on top of being awakened, having this consciousness, is very lonely.
Mhm.
Thinking you got a good friend and you know what I mean? It's all of that repetition, all of that repetition. I really wasn't locked in with me and being like, damn, you really good at so many things. And so, like I said, since in the last 2 or 3 years, I started realizing, like, damn, girl, you good at everything. There's nothing you can't do. You feel what I'm saying? And
Yes.
I really like the fact I would say I really like the fact that I'm intuitive the way that I am, but I will say the suckiest part about being so spiritually aware all the time is that there are some messages that I don't do, and I'll scroll and I'll see something like for instance with Minnesota, what's going on in Minnesota right now. I'm from Minnesota, right? um I've seen me, like, spirit will show me. I'll be scrolling, I'll be doing something, and I'll just see Minnesota, 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 Minnesota again and again and again and again. And if I don't tune into that frequency, then I miss the message. I don't know what's going on, but then I'll scroll on social media and then I'll see there's all this shit that's popping off in Minneapolis, right? Or I'll see something about something that's going on with somebody cheating, like the divorce thing with Christy and Desmond. And the whole thing with them being influencers is that spirit will relate it to somebody that is similar to someone that I know. And sometimes it'll just be so many messages coming through that it can be extremely overwhelming if I don't sit down and the moment that I get the message, do it.
Yeah.
So that the next thing can come in, because otherwise it gets overloaded into my body.
Yeah.
And then I'm like depressed and I'm sitting with emotions that are not even mine.
Yeah. It's a crazy thing because I'm the same, and I think even if I put down my phone all day, I was with my family. I don't need my phone. Nobody's looking for me. The only two people, the reason why I keep my phone right there faced up is sitting right here at this table. So
Yeah.
I'm like, phone was in the purse. And even in the moments of not scrolling, not being on, not watching any television, just being present in the space, I still found myself seeing and processing certain things, and I'm like, good God, just this brain just won't quit. But it's literally the information that's being downloaded, and I'm like, okay, well, what am I supposed to do with that right now? Probably nothing. Sometimes I look at it when it comes to universal consciousness. Some things just need to pass through. Be like, nope, you go on and get under somebody else. Like, I don't want it. I don't want that one. And whatever it is you choose to take, it's kind of like, this is how I like to look at it in a fun way. Once you've tapped into the universal consciousness and you are like, okay, we're part of one mind, we get it, the whole nine. It's like a conveyor belt all day long. Information is just coming by, and you just sit there. No, that's a good one, but I don't think okay. No, I want that one. Okay, cool. I'll take this, because it's like, only take what you're going to actually use. You're in a different space because you're now able to help guide people. They come to you for questions about what they should do and so on and so forth. Mindfully comes through when I'm working with someone and we're working, what is it here in this moment? Same kind of thing, but I guess it is the same.
It is.
Wait a minute, we are doing the same thing. So to me, it's like throughout the day, it's like a conveyor belt. Like, okay, well, I'll take this and I'll put this towards the work, or I'll use this for me and I'll give this to somebody else. But like in those moments, like you said, if you get something, if you receive something and you're like, oh, it makes you think of the person. And then it's like, oh, well, let me check on that person real quick. That's how it works. I'm sure it works with you as well. They pop in your mind. That's something just triggers, reminds you of something, and then you check in. And it's. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but it's like, it's scary at the same time, because I usually get, and it's become more frequent. I usually get people who are getting ready to transition. Okay. So it started out with celebrities. And it was like, all of a sudden I would just keep thinking about them. And I'd be like, why? Okay. And maybe like a couple days later, headline. It just happened late last year, with a relative of mine. They popped up. And then I told my mom, I said, call, because we knew it was coming, but literally like 48 hours later. And I was like, okay, this is getting too close. But it's been like that my whole life, mostly in dreams. But now in the awakened state, I'm like, you'll see something, and all of a sudden you'll just have a knowing. You'll just have these knowings. You'll just have these. They're not ahas. They're not assumptions. They're not uh things that you're guessing could happen, and it's not paranoia or conspiracy. It's just a knowing that you have. And people, I've been told, well, you don't have all the answers. Well, I kind of sort of do. I have access to all the answers. You know what I'm saying? It may not be 1,000% accurate, but here you go. This will probably lead you to more of the right answer.
And you know what? And the thing about that is that sometimes we're just early. Sometimes we're just early. And another thing too, what I notice is that sometimes we clock people's actions when they don't even know why they do what they're doing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a gift and a not so gift. I don't like to say a curse, but it is a gift and a not so gift because, like you said, sometimes we are early, and there's been a lot of things that I have to call my mama back. I say, remember when I told you? She's like, girl, shut up, get off my phone. Because you just have a knowing. Like I knew when COVID was hitting, I didn't know what it was. I heard like three little words. And I met my mama in the driveway. I said, we need to go to the grocery store. I don't know what's getting ready to happen, but something about to pop off. It was suspicion, number one.
Yeah.
It was decoding, and it was like, all right, I'm gonna listen to what this thing inside of me is saying. No, go, because that intuition is gonna make you think of something. We need to go to the grocery store. Cool. Guess what? 24 hours later, grocery store going crazy. Going crazy. My mama was sitting at the house. She said, will you look at that? It's like you said. I back to the being judged for the sensitivity. A couple years ago, my brother even said it to someone. And we were at a wedding, and I don't remember who he was talking to, and he said, "I just can't understand." Talking about me. I just can't understand how come she can anything that she does, she just does it so well. He said it like it was a problem. And I looked at him for a second. I was like, but you don't see when I make errors. You don't see my failures. You don't see when I, hit dead ends. You only see the end result. You have the gifts in prophecy. I do as well. I want to say yes.
Yes.
There's a lot of things that I unfortunately remain super extra humble, and it's not conducive to my growth. So it's like some things I'm like, I don't know. But she's like, oh yeah, I'll do this. But I try to remain, because at the end of the day, as a spiritual being, you do know that you are everything. You are all that is. You're just an expression of something right now. So it's just like, yeah, you want to call me this, you want to say I'm that, when it came down to like light worker and starseed and all those things, I was like, this is too overwhelming for me.
I never call myself a light worker. I always knew I was like, more of an underground dark worker, but okay.
That too, but you do give light. You are both. Let's be clear. but when it comes down to it, I just went to the point where like, yeah, I do light work. I do share my light with the world, but also I am also a disruptor. I am also a destroyer. I'm also that dark energy that can come through and just knock all this stuff down, because guess what? I'm everything. I had somebody say, oh, you're a witch. I'm like, okay, today, maybe tomorrow might be something else. You know what I'm saying? It's like, whatever. I'm everything and all that is. But what I choose to be right now in this space today, this time, next week, so on and so forth, that's just going to be an expression of everything that I am and all that is. Especially when we go around telling people, exactly, a spirit, we have the entire universe within us. Why shortchange yourself? Never shortchange yourself. What did she say? Where to go, what to do when my spirit needs to be fixed. Are you asking? When your spirit needs to be fixed? You go within, you meditate, you get quiet with yourself. Yes. Oh, that is a question. You get quiet with yourself. You isolate. You can choose to self isolate, or you could be forced into isolation. Either way it goes, if you want to restore your spirit, as I like to say, because it's good. It's just it's been a little chipped away at. But if you want to restore it and become more whole within yourself, because you already are whole, but you want to become more whole with yourself, you go into isolation, you go into quiet, take some time out with just you, sit with no distractions. As DC said, meditation, stillness, and open your heart. Okay. Don't resist whatever is trying to come through you, and just sit and listen and just be with yourself. Love on yourself. You know, people say self care. Yeah, self care is not manicures and pedicures. That's maintenance. That's
Okay.
maintenance. But self care is actually taking yourself out of your normal and putting yourself in a safe space that you want to be in. That's for you to be with you. That's the only way you can get to restore your spirit, because that's a solo job. There's nobody else that should be involved in that unless you have a teacher, but they're going to tell you the same thing. Got to go be with yourself. Listen to
I'm gonna
what
give
you
you homework.
Oh yeah, we're gonna give you mad homework. We're gonna give you mad homework. If you want Christy, was it Christy that said that? Yes, Christy. If you want more help with that, definitely my link is in my bio. We could schedule a call and figure out what it is you need. I am a spiritual counselor, soon to be doctor of metaphysics. And yeah, because once we're done here, I'm actually getting on the call. My sister's helping me write my thesis. Lord help me.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, come here, you done wrote 2 of these. Help me with this. Like, help me with this.
That's awesome.
And yes, inbox me, or I'm sorry, click my link in my bio. It will take you to schedule a call with me, and we'll figure out what it is that you need specifically for you. And I can help you go in that direction. We could put you on a trajectory, but you have to be ready to let go. That's what this topic was about, shedding, letting go, because that's the only thing that's stopping you from becoming and embodying the person that you really want to be. If you feel like your spirit, your internal existence is in turmoil, that's the real you that's trying to crack that open. It's trying to break you open. It's trying to get out so it can be you in this world. Most people feel that internal battle, that scuffle that's going on in there, it makes you lose your sleep, keeps you in balance. It messes with your health, your mental health. It messes with your relationships, all of that stuff. That's what's going on inside of you, because that version of you wants to come out and live as you through you. But you gotta figure out what's in the way, because she's in there. She's in there. Yes, yes. Did anybody want to come up? Did you have a question for me or for Kendra? And also, please, if you're not following with Love Kendra, she gives readings online. She got a YouTube channel. She gives personal readings. Let them know where to find you for the personal readings, because I'm gonna get me one. I'm about to where I got to pay you. Let me get my money.
So if you go to the link in my bio, you can book readings with me. And they are not named. So if you're like specifically, I want a love reading or I want a career reading, they're not named like that. They're just they're listed per how the session goes. So there's a session that's 30 minutes. Oh, thank you so much, DC. There's a session that's 30 minutes, and then that particular session is just where we focus on one thing, right? There's a session that is 45 minutes. Well, we can look at 2 different things in that particular session, but we'll be able to really break down what's happening, say, in your love life, what's happening in your career, why are you experiencing this type of thing, right? And how do you move forward? Most of my readings are tailored around pushing you and moving you forward, getting you out of that rut, getting you out of that loop, getting you out of that programming, helping you to unlearn what you've been doing so that you can learn something new. Okay, because most of the time we're equipped with what we need, or how we choose, or what we want to become. We're already equipped with it. It's just a part of our brain that keeps operating or replaying, you know what I'm saying, a certain level of life. Is, say if it's a game, we're still on that same level, we're still playing life at this certain level, and it's like, okay, in order for us to really take it up a notch, we have to change the way that we're thinking about it. We have to change, I'm going to say it again, we have to change the way we're thinking about it. And you know what? She said crickets are happening now. um and you know what, I can say that I was going to be humble and say 9 times out of 10 times out of 10, when you come and get a reading with me, okay, when you get a reading with me, you're going to, whatever we do a reading on, you're going to be like, at the end of the reading, I never looked at it that way. I never thought about it like that. I didn't process it that way. And I feel like that honestly is what makes me stand out from other readers, is because the way that I'm gonna break it down to you so that you fully understand it and grasp it. You gonna understand. I'm gonna break it down to you to the way that you understand, and I'm gonna get on your level so that you have the understanding that you need to move you forward, so that you stop playing life on level 6 when you're trying to get to level 15.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
But
Thank
yeah,
you.
so the link is in my bio to book with me. I offer Path to Purpose sessions as well. And the Path to Purpose session is to also basically like focus on that one thing, that one blockage that you have that's keeping you from moving forward in your purpose. And sometimes our purpose isn't as big as we think it is. It's not about you, oh, I need to become the best speaker in the world. It's like, okay, but what can you speak on right now? What can you implement right now? Right? So, yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I'm coming for a reading. Once you get to a healed space, is it possible to go back to where you were before? I'm gonna say this is no, unless you choose to. When you get to a more healed space with whatever you're healing, you're not gonna be the same. So no, you're not gonna go back to where you were before. Healing is progression. Healing is forward movement, forward motion, forward existence. So getting back to where you were before is an unhealed space. It's an unhealed identity. It's an unhealed version of you. So ask yourself, why would you want to go back to that once you've gone through the healing of that chapter? You won't, exactly. You won't fall for the same okey doke. You won't repeat cycles. Your mindset's gonna be different. Your
Right.
perspective is gonna look different. You're not gonna see the world. Once you see the world through more healed eyes, it opens up a whole different can of enchilada sauce. And you're just not gonna want to do that anymore. You're going
Yeah.
to be a different person, a different version of you, a better version than you, a more aligned and embodied version of you when you decide to go through that healing. That's what healing is for, to evolve you. I struggle with that because I've moved forward, but my mom is still stuck. Yeah, I'm like Kendra. I say things, and it's just the honest truth. Your mother's growth and your growth are two separate things, and your mother's growth, technically, on a spiritual level, is none of your business.
If she doesn't want to grow with you, um, and you know what? I'm just gonna chime in really quick. Just be it. She's triggering because you keep dealing with her. Stop. And I really want to say you keep fucking with her. Leave her alone. Like, leave her alone. And because it's at this point, it's like you going to somebody. So, and I like to do visual representations because I'm a teacher. This is like me knowing that this is hot. This is your mom. She's hot. You know your mom is hot, but you still do this. Why?
Yeah.
At what point? At some point, it's got to dawn on you for you to be like, why do I keep wanting to deal with this? Because even though she's your mom, if she is causing you some type of emotional or mental harm, it's on you now to start putting yourself in a position to not go through that.
Mm-hmm. You said you stopped communicating. I just put a post up yesterday about this very thing, about how everybody is not going to choose to heal. Everybody's not going to choose to awaken. Some people are not meant to. You said your mother is triggering. Guess what? That's part of her job, her assignment with you. That's part of what she's supposed to do. If it's still triggering, that would seem there is more healing. Yes, exactly. You got to do the work on your own. What's the matter?
More healing? More healing?
Well, yeah.
I'm sorry. I wouldn't be healing nothing else but
Well, if it's still triggering you, you do gotta, the trigger is yours. That means there's something in there that you got to go get, heal that, so that way nothing is triggering you. Because if it's not gonna be her mother, it's gonna be somebody else that reminds her of that. That's gonna trigger her again. It's gonna activate that thing again.
Right, and I'm aware of that. But there could be something that her mom does that people do to her that she needs to put up a boundary with and just realize I don't like that shit and I don't play like that. Like what more healing do you need to do to realize that somebody's doing something to you that you don't like? Like at that point we're doing way too much emotionally processing and that's going to keep you stuck. So we need to just say I don't like that.
She wants to come up. Yes, that's absolutely, no, you're absolutely 1,000% right. And like she said, she stopped communicating. So that's a first boundary. So now the rest of the work is for her to build up that inner stamina. It is a lot more challenging when it's your mother. That's the mama. That's something that I know all too well in my family. Hello,
Hey,
Jessie.
ladies.
How
How
are
are
you?
you?
Good.
So I think, and this is probably gonna sound really like harsh, but she played. Let me just say, she plays the victim, and then she also hasn't taken any accountability. And I know that's not for me to that's her own, right? But no matter how hard we try to like coexist, she will find ways to basically get under your skin. And it's a what and I just posted about it. So she has some unforgiveness towards my biological father. Well, he's no longer here, so she projects that on, and I'm going to get emotional, but she projects that on to my sister and I. And so we had a big blow up literally right before Christmas. And I just finally told her that I'm setting the boundary that I'm no longer going to allow you to project that onto me, because that is not, I was a child. Like, what he did to you, I had no control over. So the anger and the resentment that you have towards him, you need to find your own peace and forgiveness, or I can't be in your life because I can no longer take that responsibility on, that anger on, that projection on anymore. And the hard part is that, and I know other people got to feel this way. So I have a twin, and my sister was the one that was very hard on my mom. So growing up, it was the thought, well, if we're hard on her, then she'll leave and we won't have a parent, no parent altogether. So I was very protective of my mom. And so now I think that that's why she projects it on me, because she knows that I was never going to go anywhere. I was going to be her protector.
Yeah.
And I can no longer be that person for her because it's hindering me from healing as well. And I just, and I say this like with all sincerity, I just want to move on. Like, I don't want to hold no more anger. I want to let it go, but she won't. It's like she's holding me back from being able to move forward. And I know I need to heal. I just had a consultation today with a therapist, so to get back into it. But it's like I feel like I take a few steps forward in that healing journey, and then here she comes. So that's the boundary. Like, I'm cutting you off. Yeah. And I told her straight up, I said, look, the only way I'm going to communicate with you is if you get some therapy. Y'all are not going to guilt trip me that she's getting older. Y'all are not going to make me feel guilty because I am protecting my peace.
As you should. Congratulations to you for making that very challenging decision to choose you.
It's hard. You see, I get emotional. I think we think that because they're family or they're our parents, that we should just allow them to treat us any kind of way. And that is so far from the truth. We have got to get out of that mindset. We really do.
We are. We're doing that. Mm-hmm. You taking that step is doing that. You broke a cycle and chose to become better. You said something and you said she's stopping you from healing. She's not stopping you from doing anything. That boundary that you set to cut her off, that was you saying, no, I'm not going to let you persuade my decision, my choice to continue healing anymore. Meaning that she's no longer going to, or you're not going to let her have any input in which way you move. You are the only one that's responsible for your healing and for your growth. That's it.
I appreciate that.
She was just an excuse that you were using.
Yeah.
Because of that, what you just said, that's our parent. Mm-hmm. That's our mother. They're aging. We want them to do better. We want them to be better. But once again, she's not choosing that for herself. Her choice is not your choice. You have to stay on your path. If that means you only send a text message at Christmas, birthday, and Mother's Day,
that's what that is.
Yes. Yeah. You always have to pick you. What did they say? I'm a flight attendant. Put your mask on first.
Absolutely.
Put your mask on first. Because if you don't, you will end up suffocating and she will be gone about her business. Your mother is wounded. Yeah. Your mother is, if I may ask, what's her age bracket? Is she a baby boomer?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're unaware of healing in the same sense collectively. They're unaware of healing in the ways that we are now.
And it's so that was part of our conversation too, because she got very offended when I told her, you don't understand mental health. Like, you don't understand what healing really is. And man, that spiraled us out of control. Like, I got so cussed out. It was crazy, but you're right. Like, their thought is you just get over it. Mm-hmm. But you really don't, because she's holding on to so much and she doesn't realize that she's really holding on to it. And again, it's it's, not out of spite. I love my mom, but I also love myself more. And I will literally, I'm just getting to a point where that's a boundary for me. Like, I'll cut you off completely. I can't. I can't let you continue to cause me so much, because I think about those things. Yeah, she is getting older, and I love her, and I don't want nothing bad. I'm the peacemaker in the family. That's the other problem. So, and for me to stand like 10 toes down, it is such a struggle, because that's not me. I'm always the one that's like gonna go to bat. I'm gonna try to make everything work and fix it, and I can't. I think that's the struggle for me too. Is I just can't fix it. I can't fix her,
Do you
but I can
remember?
fix me.
Were you in here when Kendra was talking about we'll get drained and depleted from other what you give to everyone else now is an opportunity for you to give all of that to you, because you've hit that brick wall now where it's like, okay, you can't afford to give to other people anymore because you've already been losing this battle with yourself. Kendra, you want to say something?
I wanted to say that I am in a no contact situation with my dad for like the fourth time in the last 2 years. And my dad is a counselor. So my dad counsels people, and he has very strong opinions about my life choices, my spiritual beliefs, my gifts of discernment. He has told me that I need to give up basically doing this, what I'm doing with you guys right now. Mm-hmm. He told me that, yeah. He he's very strongly opinionated. And so I totally understand what you're feeling about going no contact, because I am no contact with my dad. And I don't plan on like talking to him again. Just because the last time that he's about hating on the gifts. And the crazy part is that he's like, I have this, he said himself, he's like, I have the same gift too. I just never use my gift the way that you use yours. You know what I'm saying? And so it's very interesting. And again, for him being a counselor, him understanding people's mental health, yada, 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 right? I don't plan on even sending text messages. Like, somebody will tell me if anything happens to him, God forbid. But I mean, well, at some point, he will pass away, right? But I don't plan on talking to him again. I just don't, because it is so detrimental to my emotional health to deal with it. It's just like you said, I choose me. Like we all tonight we've been talking about my mom. I ain't never brought up that nigga, excuse my language, not one time, because I don't want to like, he's detrimental to my mental and emotional health. And I know, like, there's no point of like dealing with him. He's so strongly opinionated about my life. There's no reason for me to talk to somebody about anything that Kendra has going on who genuinely don't care about Kim. And this is the thing. It's not to say that if me and my daughter were going without food, I could be like, hey, can you send me a few dollars? And he wouldn't do it. The thing is, when I'm in a space and I'm living out my dreams, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a licensed esthetician, I'm a spiritual practitioner. I love that. Do you understand? For him to tell me, you need to give up on your dreams. You basically like, go get you a job. I'll never fuck with dude. Ever on me. I love me so much in what I do, and I know how impactful it is. I never give him the chance to make me feel like this. I don't care. Like, I will never talk to dude on me, like, for real. That's how much I love me and the space that I operate in, and how much my boundary is strong when it comes to somebody telling me to give up on my dreams.
Right.
What?
Can I help you both with a little bit of what I had to do to heal? You know, everybody's got the mother wound, the father wounds, and so on and so forth. I had the grandparent wound, the whole nine. So I had everybody with the sibling wounds, all of it. One of the things that I learned how to do is look at what it is that's happening, that has happened, how it affected me. And then I looked at it like everything you gave me was a gift. So just think of it like this. Your mother is showing you bitterness, anger, frustration, toxicity. If you were to say, thank you for showing me what I don't want to be. Thank you for showing me what I don't want to do. Thank you for showing me that I need to go heal. You just confirmed every single time you do this. It's like a poking at you. Nope, you need to go heal. Do you want to be just like her? If you stay around here too long, you'll start being just like her. Because guess what's going to happen? When she's gone down the line, you're then going to have that anger, bitterness, toxicity somewhere within you because she passed it on to you and you didn't choose to heal it. You'll have those feelings now towards her. And she not even around anymore. But yeah, you get what I'm saying? You have it now. But think about if you did not let her go for now. I always say for now because we don't know what's going to happen down the line. But if you do not let her go now and choose to go through your healing of everything to build up that muscle within you, to build up the strength in those boundaries. Kendra and I were talking earlier about that dark feminine energy. She's a cold one in there. She's in there inside of you.
She definitely is. I that's the reason why I'm like, I gotta let her go. I gotta put that distance. Cause here's the thing. I mean, I have a grown daughter, I have a granddaughter. Like, I refuse to pass that hey D Love, that generational curse now. Like, that devil is a lie. It stops right here today. We're not doing that. And and that's I have conversations with both of them. If I've done something to offend you, because I know that my mother can rear up in me, and I can project her. And so, like, let me know. Like, I am, I can apologize. I will look inward because I know it's there. And so, and that's really, really the big reason why I'm like, I have got to put that space between us. I love you. And I told her that. I said, I love you. I do. But my, honestly, my peace is far more important.
Wow.
And for my growth and for, being the person I need to be for my children as well. Like, no, I'm not doing it anymore. And y'all could everybody in the family can be mad that, if y'all don't want to talk to me, cool. Like, it is what it is.
Kid you not, I just did a post today. Like, somebody's mad that you're choosing to heal. Somebody, if you go on my page, you see the last two posts. It's about exactly what we're talking about. It's about everybody can't go with you, and it's about people being mad because you chose to heal. It happens. It's supposed to happen. It's gonna happen. And when you, like I said, once again, congratulations for choosing
Thank you.
Everybody
I
won't do
appreciate
that.
it.
Everybody won't do that. That's a power that you've already said, and you've already activated the next version of you when you said enough. Now you just have to get more in alignment with her. The version of you that is stronger within, the version of you that is more healed, the version of you that is more sure of who you are and what you want. That version of you that has that beautiful relationship with your daughter, and I don't like to call them generational curses. I call them generational patterns, because that's
You know
all it
what?
is.
I remember I heard you say that before. Yeah.
It's patterning. And it's just like, okay, and patterns can be broken. They're just habits that we tend to do, but you are now aware. Once you become aware, you cannot be unaware. You know
That's
it.
so true.
You feel it. You see it. You when you're if it does come out and you're with your daughter, you'll stop yourself and be like, yo, I just did it again. Oh, okay. That is
Mm-hmm.
the healing. That is the transitioning. That is the changing and the shifting. And all you do is keep practicing that pattern. You just
That's
keep
amazing.
practicing over and over again. It's not an instantaneous thing. We think it's all far fetched. No, it's just you're literally you got trained to be that way. Now you're untraining yourself and you're retraining yourself in the way that you prefer. That's
Girl,
it.
at 52 trying to do it. That's
It's never too late. It's not too
no,
late
it's
till it's
not. But
over.
that, you know what, and you're so right. And that's, and just I think that these platforms are so important too, because a lot of people are like, well, don't be pouring your whole personal business out on the platform. But people need to see that it doesn't matter what age you are, like that change and that transition to just being overall better and in alignment, just like you and Mr. Ford was talking about the other day. Like you really can't be in full alignment when you have all of this stuff pulling you in so many different directions. And I sat there and I listened to y'all. I didn't say much in the comments, but listen, I watch, I listen, and it's even though I don't say thank you enough, but it is helping to set boundaries and to make that change because I know it's possible. And it just learning to really, really set some boundaries. And the hardest one is with her.
Yes, that's your mother. That's
That's
the
my mom.
hardest one. And trust me,
That's the hardest one.
I have watched and observed my entire life, my mother and her mother. And she'll be 96 in 2 weeks. My mother's 72. And it's just being an observer of how that struggle with my mother is.
Hmm.
And having to tell her the same thing I'm saying to you. That little girl in you is the one that fought back.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yep.
when you
Hmm.
were little, you couldn't. But now, the adult version of you is still that little girl fighting back. And now you're in a space where you're like, you know what? I'm not fighting anymore because this I'm not gonna win this, but I'm gonna win me.
Yeah. And so that's what really made me set the boundary because this last fight have y'all when I tell you that I totally felt the little girl. It wasn't no adult Tabitha. It was truly that little innocent girl. And and so that's where I struggle because in that moment, when that little girl was sitting there, I wanted to lash out at her so badly and tell her because she's so angry at my biological father for the things that he's done to her. But I'm like, so then when that little girl was sitting there taking her beating, her lashing out, I wanted to be like, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. You didn't protect us and this. I mean, I literally was in that little girl, like that's the little girl wanting to lash out to her. And I'm like, no more. I'm not this has got to stop. Because when I finally can when I as I thought that I had finally gotten past all of that, here she comes and she just shoves me right back down into that little girl.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I got to start the whole process over again.
Yeah, and that may be the case. That may be the case when as you're going through therapy, you're gonna walk through that. You're gonna go back and relive and revisit because that's the root. That's where everything originated. That's the beginning of where you are now. And
Mm-hmm.
what I do, and also Kendra, we teach you how to nurture that little girl while you're healing because that's where the bulk of the healing starts.
Mm-hmm.
That little girl
Yeah.
now needs to feel loved. She needs to feel safe. She needs to feel heard. All the things you didn't experience when you were younger. She needs to be protected. And once you build up that within
Ooh, you
you,
just said it.
once you
Protected.
once you build that
Mm-hmm.
up within you, you'll be able to stand up that much more to your mother. You will be able to invite her back into your life, but you will be more empowered. You will have more of the say so. You will have stronger boundaries, and you'll realize just how small and weak and feeble she is internally. Because before she's had all the power, she's been mama.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's been mama. So what you're doing while you're going through your healing, you're reversing the roles. You're reversing. She's not. Don't look for anything to change with her. She's still gonna be her unless she does some inner work for herself. All this is gonna work in your favor because everything that you're healing within you is gonna be a reflection on the outside. So you're not gonna be able to deny there's a change on the outside, but it's you. It's
And I
all
cannot wait.
it's
I'm
happening.
just ready for it. That longing is wild. Like I just can't even describe how, it God is aligning everything, and I can tell you that. Like, I know it. If you go and watch some of my posts, and I sincerely mean it, it comes from such a genuine place. Like, it's a reset, a refocus, realignment. Like, and I feel all of that. I feel it all. Like, it is such an energy that is around me. And so I look forward to it because I just it's all about me. I
It's
can no
hope.
longer allow her. Yeah, it's all about me.
It's hope.
So yeah,
You're
yeah.
right in the right spot. Oh
Mm-hmm.
my gosh, you're right. That enthusiasm, that excitement, that looking forward and not
Yeah.
looking at what is and what has been. That right there, that's the formula. Because now
That yeah,
you're
yeah.
open.
It's open to it. Right,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah, you're
Do you think
open
your zodiac signs have an effect?
on the
I do.
parent-child relationship. Yeah, I do.
I definitely do.
I do.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got a Gemini son, so yeah.
yeah.
We-
So do
yeah.
I.
Good.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I have a Gemini and then a Taurus and then a Leo. So my son, I have a Gemini son, a Taurus son, and then a Leo for a daughter. And I'm a
She's,
Cancer.
she's the boss, huh?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Leo
Uh-huh.
women, they something else.
They something else. She is. She
Yeah,
is.
something
But
else.
I appreciate you guys. I got to get off of here because I got to get up super early in the
Absolutely.
morning.
Absolutely.
But just know, I see you guys. I see you, especially Dawn. Such a blessing to the community. Really and truly. I followed you on Instagram. So inspirational, and
Aw,
I see your content, and it does help. Just know that what you're doing is helping people.
thank you.
So
Thank
you're
you.
very welcome. Y'all
You,
have a good night.
you too, my
You
dear.
All right.
too.
Bye, y'all.
Um, that was wonderful.
That's awesome.
That's our work, honey. Our work. That's what I love. Thank you. Because that means a lot. Because it's a lot of moments that are quiet that you don't know if you're actually serving. You know, you don't know if you're actually serving. Um, and I think I just heard something last week said, can you keep going even when it's quiet, when there's no applause, when there's none of that? And I've been doing this for years.
Oh, I
You
was about to
didn't?
say, did I send that to you? I didn't send it to you. I actually saw it on Instagram,
I think it was
and
in.
there was this guy. He was saying that most people don't succeed. Well, this is what he compared it to. People who are in the industry, music artists. He said the reason why music artists will hit their peak and then they don't go any further is because when they're viral or when they're up, they don't know what else to create or what else to do
Yeah.
in that season when it's quiet.
Yeah, I did. And you know what's crazy? Because I sent it to all my friends who are artists and
Yeah.
and then my friends who are in the music industry. 'Cause I was in the music industry from childhood up until my early 30s. So it was just, yeah, creativity is true when you're tapped in, but creativity starts before you even get the fame and the acknowledgement and all the accolades. You are tapped in like an athlete, like you're just in your zone. Once you find your zone, I don't think you can come out of it. But most people, they say, "Oh, I want it. I need it." No, this lady keeps popping up on my YouTube, and she said, "Don't think about it like you're getting something from people, but what are you giving to them?" I'm a giver. I don't have the clientele that I desire to have yet, you know? But what's important now is that I'm still giving quality. I'm still giving what is meant for me to give, and what comes through here. It's free of charge up here. It's the energy I want to give.
And the thing that Just B said is something that I realized. This happens a lot. People are always watching.
Mhm.
Even if you don't think nobody's watching and anybody's listening, they are. We inspire people all the time. We influence people all the time, even when we're not getting it in the way that we think that we should or want to receive it. Let me say it like that. I had a lady send me a DM on Facebook because I post my ratings on Facebook, and just TikTok as of right now. I haven't really been on YouTube. I haven't been on YouTube in like 3 months, but she wrote me a message and she was like, "Thank you for everything that you do. You know what I mean?" She was like, "You're reminding me of who I am," and I'm like, now I'm gonna say this. When she sent it to me yesterday, I was in a space where I was just like, "Lady, I ain't nobody special."
You're like, girl, really?
So when I replied to her, I'm in my feelings at the time, So when I replied to her, I'm like, I'm nobody special, like I'm just a droplet of water in the, I'm a droplet of water in this vast amount of ocean, like, like I'm just
like to say
it literally helps me to channel messages, because if I don't channel the energy, it sits in my body.
We don't want that. No, same. If I don't get this out, guess what happens? I'm not sleeping right. My back hurts. My neck hurts. It's all those things. It's too much. We have to get this out. And you don't even want to know what all is in my phone. I'm like, okay, girl, we can't. Okay, get out the bed and actually make content for this, because these are things that they have to come out. Like I said, that conveyor belt that goes by, I'll be like, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that. That can go. But I want that. It's too much that we're receiving because we opened the floodgate to receive, and now we have to give it back. We have to give it. And one thing that I always tell people, it doesn't matter what your bank account looks like. It doesn't matter what your situation is, your needs will always be met. That is a firm core belief that I have embedded within me. Your needs will always be met. I don't care how bad it's looked on the outside. Everything I needed was right here, where I needed it to be, when I needed it to be. And the more you practice that belief, the more you practice any belief, it becomes your reality. And when I realized, okay, now that I know my needs are being met, let's stop surviving and let's start thriving. Let's get into thriving mode. And the message that I've been receiving probably the last 6 months, but this week especially, let's go have fun. My life is fun. The child in me is like, okay, let's keep playing. The adult, the 3D adult version is like, yeah, but we still got responsibility. No, but these are the responsibilities. This is the first responsibility. Enjoy life. Let's keep having fun. You're working too hard. Why? How do I know? My back started hurting again. So I'm like, oh, I need to go have fun, which is like today, kicking off Aquarius season. I'm going to lunch with my family. We about to have some cocktails. We about to talk. I took my son shopping. It's just those little things. It's like today I'm having fun. I said, okay, I got to be home before 5 to get my live, because this is my fun too.
Yeah.
So it's like right now, I'm in such a great aligned space that life is fun again. It's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying going to work, even though it be tiring. I'm enjoying rebuilding my business, even though it's exhausting. I'm enjoying every single day on purpose.
Yeah.
And that comes from going through healing. When I kept hearing there's no more towers that need to be torn down, I'm like, well, okay.
Yeah.
I like that because I have a sense of calm and peace that sits right in here where anxiety and weight and confusion used to sit.
That
And
solar plexus.
she gonna tell you everything. It used to be something that sat right here all the time. It was tight and it felt weighted a little bit. But when I realized, I'm like, yo, nothing hurts. And I'm gonna tell you for real, it really came after my dad passed. It really came while I was going through the processing and the grieving, and I was like, yo, this is weird. And I was trying to describe it to my mother, and she was like, that's grief. And I was like, that's grief? Like, I've been sad, brokenhearted, all those things before, but I wasn't sad in the grief. It was a relief because he was no longer sick. And also, as in tune as I am, he ain't gone nowhere. He right here. Okay? He ain't gone nowhere. So do I miss certain things? Sure. But when I said that perspective, he left me with so much.
Right.
He left with, like your mom, she left you with so much to keep carrying you through, to the point where it's just like, no, I'm not sad he's gone. Yeah, you have your moments, it, like they said, it comes back in waves. But I was like, yo, he gave me life, physical life. He gave me gems. He gave me laughter. He gave me this sarcastic ass personality. He gave me, it's all the things that I was gifted during that time. And now it's like, okay, here's the baton. Okay, cool. So sadness. I think I've dealt with that enough. Got through. Life happens. How are we gonna get through it? Let's feel it. Let's sit in it. Let's acknowledge it, not ignore it. Most people, like you said, sweep Just B said, sweep it under the rug. Last generation did that.
Right.
We're not doing that. We're gonna sit in this until it doesn't affect us anymore, and we're gonna clean as we go. We're gonna clean as we go until the room is spotless. Now we can go. Now we can move forward. But yeah, anything you want to say lastly on this live? Because it's been 2.5 hours and not 2 hours.
I know, right? No, I enjoyed this so much. I look forward to coming back.
Yes! Yes, girl, you just giving me so much energy and life. I'm telling you. I'm glad. Well, thank you so much once again for choosing to come up here with me and have this. And yeah, we should, because that was great, helping and serving and guiding people and just affirming what they're going through. I love that, because that was something that I'm pretty sure you experienced growing up. Like, I just need somebody to affirm and validate what it is I'm doing, so I don't feel like I'm crazy.
It's the reassurance, and there's nothing wrong with that. Reassurance is a little different from validation, but sometimes validation isn't a bad thing because it keeps you from feeling like you're alienated, alone, like nobody understands what you're going through. And even I didn't get a chance to say this to her, to Tabitha before she got off, but she is healing. Yeah. You know what I mean? She's healing. She's literally, like, healing isn't linear. Sometimes it's ugly. Sometimes it's going back to the same thing and then saying, oh no, shit, hell no. You know what I mean? She's healing, whether she realizes it or not.
Right. And I told her the moment she chose, there it is. It's already done. Now get into alignment with it.
Yeah.
That's the journey that she's got to go on this next one. But she made a very powerful decision that I know she's not gonna regret it in the end. She might sometimes be like, why did I do why did I choose this? I want to go back. But no, you can't.
Right.
It's too late. Red or blue pill. Pick one.
Okay.
Well, my dear, yeah, I'm gonna go on your link. I'm gonna go get my reading. So how do you do it? Do you do recorded or you do them live? Like, what do you do?
I like to do them live. I don't do pre-recorded. I like to do them live.
She's like, yes. Okay, well, I'll schedule some time with you. I'm gonna go on here and book it right now and see where my schedules. Cause yeah, I think I could go for a refresher. And I'm looking forward to that. I never thought about it that way because I be thinking about it a million different ways. Oh, and then I would have a question. I would have a question.
Okay.
But something that I probably already know. But yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much once again, y'all. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you actually in 2 weeks. Gonna skip this week. No, 3 weeks. I got some great things lined up in February. Y'all are gonna be really inspired for 2020, February of 2026. So look out for those posts. But in the meantime, everybody, love, peace, blessings, and we will see you later.